Let's compare the prospect of leasing a car versus buying a car now. On the surface, leasing can seem more appealing as the monthly payment for a lease is almost always lower than paying down an auto loan. However, there's a huge differentiator here. When you buy a car and then pay it off over time, you will eventually own that vehicle free and clear. When you lease a vehicle, you will likely turn it in after the lease term ends and then simply start a new lease. Leasing can put you on the path of never-ending monthly payments for your vehicle. However, in the same breath, owning a 5-plus-year-old vehicle is not going to be free either. There will always be maintenance involved with owning an older vehicle, and some people would simply prefer to pay for a lease versus assuming the responsibility for repairs to an older vehicle. Now, a huge factor in determining whether or not you should buy versus lease is going to be the number of miles that you drive per year. When you buy a vehicle, whether you pay for it outright or make payments on it, you can put as many miles on it as you wish because you own the vehicle. However, when you lease a vehicle, there is a limit on how many miles that you can drive that vehicle per year or for the entire term of the lease. In most cases, that limit is 12,000 miles per year or 36,000 miles for a 36-month lease. So right off the bat, if you average more than 1,000 miles per month on your vehicle, leasing is probably not the right fit for you. If you go over this limit, you're going to be charged a per mile rate at the end of your lease, and this is typically 10 to 25 cents per mile. Let's say, for example, you put 45,000 miles on a vehicle that you were leasing for 36 months and 36,000 miles. Well, that would be 9,000 miles over the lease limit. At 25 cents a mile, that could be as much as $2,250 that you would have to pay the leasing company when you turned in the lease. Now, if you expect to go over your mileage limit for the lease term, you can actually buy extra miles up front at the beginning of your lease, and it's usually a lot cheaper this way. Now, aside from just the mileage factor and the lower monthly payment, here's a few more reasons why you might choose to lease a vehicle versus buy a vehicle. If you prefer to drive a vehicle with the latest safety features and that is under a full warranty, leasing allows you to do exactly that. When you lease a vehicle, you are not responsible for the maintenance, and in some cases, even the oil changes are included as part of your package. However, if you buy a car, you're going to be fully responsible for any repairs that fall outside of your factory warranty. Leasing has the advantage of giving you a fixed monthly cost for your vehicle expense, whereas owning a vehicle is going to be a variable cost because eventually you're going to have to pay for repairs out of pocket. In addition, when you lease, you don't have to worry about the hassle of selling your car or trading it in because at the end of your lease, you just turn it back over to the leasing company. And then, as mentioned, in most cases, you would start a new lease and get a brand new vehicle. There's also tax advantages for business owners when it comes to leasing a car. You can deduct a portion of your monthly lease payment based on what percentage of time you use it for personal versus business reasons. However, there are some significant downsides to leasing that you should be aware of. First of all, if you like making modifications to your vehicle, leasing probably isn't for you, as you need to return the vehicle in the same condition as it left the showroom. On that same topic, it's also possible to get charged for excess wear and tear if you end up scratching the vehicle, damaging the outside, smoking in it, or really messing up the interior. So if you happen to be rough on your vehicles, leasing is probably not for you. Lastly, if you decide that you don't want this vehicle anymore in the middle of your lease, it can be very costly to get out, and you can end up paying thousands of dollars in early termination fees and penalties. So if you do decide to lease a vehicle, your best bet is to commit for the entire term of that lease.